not where I typically start my videos, but well, I've done this before, but it was on my main channel, and those of you that have been following for a length of time know that I kind of changed the format of both channels recently. So I figured, why not do another one of these? It's good information, right? Anyway, also, yes, this is the same shirt as in the last video. It's because I just filmed that last segment like an hour ago. Okay, sweet. So today we're doing fuel filters, because there's two of them, air filter, and an oil change on a 2019, well, it's a Super Duty. Anything with the 6.7 diesel, they're all going to be the same. Mine happens to be an F450. So you go up and you get you a little jug down here to catch the diesel, and you crack that open. Bam. Then after that drains, 8mm socket. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bolts. And that gets that part of the filter down, and the rest of it's up under the hood. Okay, under the hood, this is your other fuel filter. You got these 3 connectors. This one, you lift up on the red, brown, orange, whatever color. And on this side, there's this little black indent. There's one each side. Release both of those, it comes off. Bam. The white one. Both ends of this white cap need pushed out, and then it comes off. Then you have the blue one, which, again, these two you have to pull towards you and then forward, and it comes off. And then a counterclockwise rotation, and up. Fuel filter's out. Easy enough. By now, the under the bed one should be done draining. Should be done draining. You guys went for a little bit of a ride. All right, so set this here, and let's get back under there and take the second part of the filter out. Okay, so it has done draining, or is done draining. English is hard. Reclose that, and that's good. Then those 5 bolts that I showed you earlier, and this electrical connector, which is fairly simple when it wants to work. Okay, so I'm gonna have to get a better angle. Anyway, little plastic release, push it in, slide the connector off, zip off the 5 bolts, and you're good. Anyway, we have got the second filter. I guess the first one, the diesel hits this one first, right? Got it out. So you got your little orange, that's kind of pink, whatever, cap on the forward end. Remember, your drain valve is forward. You slide this. Trying to do this with one hand is really difficult. Slide that to the forward position, and it comes up. Don't need that anymore. Grab the new one. Nope, just kidding. Don't grab the new one. Remove the old gasket, like so. I am not going to try and put the new gasket on film, because there's no way I could do that with one hand. And then the new filter slides in, locks forward, and now I'll put the filter on and shove it back up in. I'll see you guys under the truck. All right, here we are. Got that put back in. Reconnect the electrical connector, and you're done underneath. Now we go back under the hood. All right, new filter. Back in with all of the connections facing rearward. Find the spot where it drops in, right there. Little bit of a angle, and then rotate it to lock it in place. There we go. Oop, this got closed. Oh, that didn't. Anyway, Trying to do this with one hand and the phone is difficult. Anyway, make sure all of your latches are still in the open position. Slide all of the hoses on, doesn't matter what order. Make sure you latch all of them, give them a tug to make sure they sealed, and that's it. And through the magic of YouTube, it's back together. Now, air filter. Pretty simple. Come over, 1, 2, 3, 4. Lift that off. Take out the old filter. Make sure you, what I do is there's a little foam triangle right back here. Just remember what corner that's in. Real easy to put the new one back in. And bam, new filter's in. There's the old one. Just in case some of you thought I didn't actually change it. All right, now onto the oil. Okay, here we are under the truck. Passenger front tire. Filter wrench. Take off the filter. 5/8 wrench. Drain plug. Easy enough, right? Sweet. And there we go. Filter's out. Plug's out. Now is a really good time to go through and clean up your mess, because especially if your motor's cold, that's gonna take a hot minute. I always have to look this up. I'm fairly certain it's 13 quarts of oil in these things, so that's gonna be there a while draining. So anyway, now is when I go through and pick up all my mess and yada yada yada. So I'll see you guys back in just a minute. All right, so I went ahead and put the new oil filter in already. Didn't film that. Figure you guys could probably know how to screw a filter in. There's back and forth argument. You need to, you don't, you should, you shouldn't. Put a little oil in the filter to kind of prime it so it's not dry trying to get all that through while your engine's cranking over. I don't know. I've always done it. I hear people say they've never done it and they've never had a problem. I do it. And then when you're putting the filter on, do not use the wrench to put the filter back on. Grab you a nice towel, get on there, and nice hand tight with the towel, because you're gonna have oil on your hands. Anyway, that's just about done draining. I've already got the funnel set in to go ahead and fill, so I'll see you guys after I get that drain plug back in. Okay, so while that was finishing draining, got the pressure washer, got it all hooked up, water's turned on, drain plug's back in. I put one of those containers in, so that's 10 quarts. So I should need 3 more, and I'll go ahead, throw those in, and catch you guys in just a second. Okay, got those in. I intentionally left it a little low. I probably put 2 in, if that, but better to be a little under full, especially if it's just gonna sit here and idle for a couple minutes, kind of get everything warm, than to have it overfilled. So now we're ready to fire it up, right? No, we're not. Remember, you just emptied both of your filters, right? I made this mistake the first time that I did this. So what you want to do is ignition on, and you'll hear, kind of did it, a little bit. There it is. That. You want to keep cycling the ignition until that noise goes away. You'll sit here and do that for a minute, and then it'll stop, and you turn the ignition off and back on, it'll do it again. Typically, I found it's 3 to 5 times. After it stops making the noise, I do one more full cycle, just to make sure that everything's as pressurized as it's gonna be. And then I start it. Don't start it before, you'll get all sorts of check engine lights, it'll die. It's bad, it's really bad, and that's really bad on the CP4 pump. So, there, it stopped. Now we'll off. Let it sit for a second. Back on. See, there it is. It's still doing it. It'll do this, like I said, several times. I'll come back to you guys right before I start it. Okay, I've done it 5 times. This is 6. I made one little tiny, and that was it. So, in theory, I let this sit here for a couple seconds, kind of finish pressurizing everything, right? And now we should be able to bam. And it's sitting here idling happily. Now, you want to check for any leak here, which I see nothing. You want to check for any leak up here, which again, I see nothing. Go ahead and clear out all those warnings. Advanced settings, vehicle, oil life reset. Bam. All right, so as you saw, I still have 34% of my oil life left, but for the next 2 weeks, I'm going to be running hard, and then mine and my daughter's birthday is happening, and then the family's taking a trip to Oregon. I haven't decided if I'm going to film that yet or not. Those of you that watch the Fair Winds channel, you'll see the Carnage video where I caused all the damage. If you actually watch that, you'll know why I'm going to Oregon. If not, I don't know. Now, some of you are here because you like following my life and my story. Some of you are here because you're just trying to learn some things. Either way, I don't care. I'm not offended either way. So, anyway, that's that. Like I said, we'll let this run here for just a minute, and then we'll shut it down, let it sit for a minute. We'll check the oil level, make sure that it's right, and that'll be the conclusion of this video. All right. Checked it, added a little, checked it, added a little. We're just right on the level. So now, working on getting all of my mess cleaned up. Still got about little, these ones don't have a sight thing in them. I'd say a little over half. And we'll just take that on the road with us. So now, the last thing I have to pick up, my roll of paper towels. Put this away. Poor girl needs a bath, so she's getting that. And that's gonna do it for this video. As always, I appreciate you guys coming along, hanging out. Hopefully you learned something. If not, hopefully you at least had a good time. Yeah. I don't know. Those of you that follow the Fair Winds channel, I've had a lot going on in my personal life lately, and there's a reason I'm mad dashing to get this done, and why I've ordered so many parts in the last 4 days. But I gotta get this thing ready to get back on the road, because today's Friday, and Sunday we're back at it. Because I can't deliver till Monday, so why take off tomorrow when my 34 is up? Like, that doesn't make any sense, right? My 34-hour break is up about like 2 a.m., something like that. So technically I leave Saturday, but I would be 20 miles outside the drop. Maybe a little more, because California's got that 55-mile-an-hour speed limit. 50 miles outside the drop, if that. And I'd be sitting there all day Sunday. So one more day at home, and then we're back to work Sunday. I'll see you guys then. Thanks for hanging out. No, wait. I will not see you guys then, because that would be on the other channel, Fair Winds and Following Seas. Well, I'll see you in the next video.